So hello everyone, Grosey here, welcome back. Today we've got another video for the Unhuntables series with Christopher.
Hello!
Hello, we're doing 20p's today. What are we looking for with the 20p's? We're looking for the years 1986, 2017, 2018, as their NIFCs. 2008, the Tudor Rose or Gardner design is sort of low minted, so we'll look out for that. And the 2008 undated one as well, and any sort of territories or anything else of any interest.
I was worried for a moment you were going to ask me to say what we're hunting for, but I was about to say I've got no idea off the top of my head. I always have to scribble it down and have it as a note off to the side. How many bags of 20p's have we looked through now?
I don't know what we're on. This is episode 12, so it would have been maybe four bags? Yeah.
And I still can't tell you what it is that I'm looking for.
It feels like a lot more than 4 though.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Feels like about 10.
I guess because it's like fortnightly, and then we did take a bit of a break whilst it was a sort of slow news weeks. But yeah, it's going well. I'm enjoying it still.
Definitely, and again, it'd be nice to actually find an NIFC or something.
Exactly. That's it's almost like the inbuilt stubbornness in me that is like, I'm not stopping till I get an NIFC. Could beat Grosey to that as well.
You think the prospect of that are high?
Just as likely as finding a 50p. In fact, I think that's probably more likely because some of the 50p NIFCs are worth cutting out, which leaves you with a bunch of NIFCs that, or other coins that maybe weren't circulated, that they're more likely to go into circulation, if you ask me.
Yeah, to be fair, I guess it's probably true. But yeah, we were thinking about what we're going to have a talk about today, and we were thinking perhaps instead of sort of news or topics, we could just have a discussion about coin collecting. We were thinking, coin collecting, sort of how can we? There's different levels to coin collecting, isn't there? There's obviously like your gold and silver and that sort of thing. But we're kind of thinking what sort of different options are there in terms of maybe, I don't know, on a lower budget coin collecting or
yeah, because again I get lots of comments as well, people saying that it looks great fun to hunt through great volumes of coins, but they don't have that much money to put off to the side to have a float to hunt through on a regular basis, and they're asking for suggestions on how they can still collect and find coins.
The first thing that immediately pops into my head is going to the bank or post office or whatever and just asking. I know it's not quite the same as doing 50p's, but ask even for like if you can get a £20 bag of pennies or 2p's or something, and then just like you can find like some Jersey ones or Guernsey ones, and obviously it's £20, which is a lot more manageable than £250. Obviously there's not any commemoratives or anything, but yeah,
you can still find some interesting stuff in the lower denominations.
Definitely, yeah. Especially like some of the territories coins are stunning as well, to be fair. But what about you? Any ideas? Anything spring to mind?
Well, to me, it's the best advice I can give anyone is tell everyone you know that you're collecting coins. Because then you'll have so many more eyes looking in their change. The amount of relatives or friends, if I go to see them, the first thing they do is empty their wallets and purses to have a dig through to see if they've got anything of interest. And 9 times out of 10, if someone that's not interested in coins and they have something kind of interesting, they'll just swap it for face value because it's got no value to them. So like one of the only people I know that's actually found an alphabet 10p in their change out in the wild, like rather than through hunting for it or buying it, is my mother, who got a B for Bond in 2018 dated one in her change from McDonald's. Again, it's a good margin over face value, but it means nothing to her, so she very happily gave that to me. Yeah,
definitely. I've had a few. I think my dad found a WWF once in a cafe in change, which is quite nice.
And you'll be amazed as well how many people are secret coin collectors or coin stashers. They've got a little pot of interesting coins stashed off to the side, or they've got a collection of coins from being on holiday stashed off to the side that they'll let you have a route through, and if not give you some or trade you some, but it's nice to sort of see what other people have managed to put aside.
That's true. I think because obviously we all sort of are involved with the YouTube sort of coin community, but I think for a lot of people coin collecting is quite a solitary sort of hobby, and it is fascinating how even when you sort of in the workplace, or if people watching are still sort of at school or whatever, if you actually do bring it up in conversation, you'll be surprised how many people are also the same as you, sort of not really talking about it, and that they might not be as because there's people that sort of casual collectors or hardcore collectors. But yeah, there's quite a few people in my workplace, for example, that I've mentioned it and they've sort of said, oh, I collect some coins as well, and it's sort of
they maybe they're not going to the Royal Mint and buying all the new releases, but they're finding picture coins, as non-coin collectors seem to call them, and they just stash them off to the side. I know many people that every commemorative coin that they find, they're not collecting, they just put it aside as sort of a savings mechanism. At the end of the year they cash it all in.
Yeah, definitely. Which,
or even people that save all denominations. So I worked with someone else who had a little one of those money pots that you can't open unless you break it open. Every £2 she got was going into that pot, and I'd love to know what £2 coins ended up in there.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's there's various different ways of saving as well with commemoratives. As you say, you could like put aside Benjamin Bunnies or put aside this, that, and the other, and it's small savings here and there, but at the end of the year it does add up quite quickly.
Oh, I totally agree. I mean, just look at the amount of 2017 shields you end up with at the end of the year, or how many of these weird sounding 2019 50p's are going to end up after a year of saving them.
I've got an unbelievable amount of 2017 shields.
You trying to pour them off on me the other day?
For face value, though.
It's a very good price, but it's not something I wanted to invest that kind of money in when I do get them regularly and already have my own hoard of them.
And what about your 2008 Britannias as well?
Yeah, but like I said, it's pulling out 3 or 4 a week out of a coin hunt and stashing them off to the side over 5 years. That ends up being quite a lot of them. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's no, definitely. I mean, even you could actually do probably 5p's, 10p's. The big bags are only only £100, which is again still much more manageable than 250. Yeah. But it's not just commemoratives you can collect. Obviously, there's date runs as well.
Yeah.
There's lots of pre-decimal coins are still very affordable and cheap to collect. You could buy a kilogram of pre-decimal coins for a relatively cheap price. I know we sell them over on the Britannia Coin Company website. Little plug for that. But you can get a nice selection, and you've got it's not just the different dates; it's all the different monarchs as well, which is quite exciting.
That's true. Yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, also you could actually just do like trading. You can buy things on eBay, sell things here and there for a bit more, and sort of make it into a bit of a hobby, really, doing that.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to. Don't go with the anticipation that you're going to make your millions selling rare commemorative coins, because like even the volume that Grosey or I go through, there's no way we're making a living out of selling commemorative coins that we find.
Yeah, but especially now. I mean, even look back 2 years ago. Think about how many more Olympics 2018 Potters that we used to find, and now it's just it's. I guess we don't really notice it because it's been gradual over a long period of time, but if you actually compare the average hunt now to the average hunt 2 or 3 years ago, it's mental how many more coins have been taken out of circulation. I
do feel the need to highlight that is not my fault.
Of course.
I haven't got all the commemorative stash behind me. I've got a decent enough collection, but there are plenty more people with collections that aren't as public or showing their collection as much as I do. But I think it's important that we don't get people in the comments blaming us for taking them out of circulation.
Course. No, I think that again, it's us keeping even a few hundred of each design compared to the multiple millions of them is not even going to touch the surface, to be fair. Yeah,
0.000% of the amount that was circulated originally.
Yeah, no, definitely, that's it.
But there are plenty of ways that you can collect or get your hands on coins. I know a lot of people that will ask at tills, have you got any picture coins in the till? And will readily give change in commemorative coins. I keep calling them picture coins because that's what a lot of non-collectors or sort of the not so experienced collector or person, maybe someone that's wouldn't deem themselves a collector but just keep those interesting images on coins. That's what they tend to call them. If you go to a till and say, have you got any commemorative coins, you might get a bit of a blank look, but if you ask for a picture coin, I'm sure they'd understand. And again, when I used to work in retail when the 2011 Olympic 50p's had just been released, and it was a period when I wasn't really collecting coins, but the amount of like parents that would come in with their kids or kids that would come in asking if we've got any Olympic 50p's, and again, I'd readily hand them out in change, and I'm a little bit gutted now because I could have had quite the impressive collection of them if I was keeping them, but it's nice that they got out there to other people.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, and also because I remember when I went to the territory, sort of Jersey, Isle of Man, that sort of thing, just going into different shops and asking. I know, obviously, there I was specifically looking for Jersey and Guernsey ones, but yeah, definitely you can go around and ask if people have got commemorative coins and things.
There's no right or wrong way of coin collecting. Just because you aren't buying sovereigns or all the silver and gold wonderful releases doesn't mean you're not collecting in the right way. I know there are certain corners of the hobby online that sort of look down their nose at people that collect circulated coins, but I love circulated coins more than I like buying the new silver proofs.
Yeah, no, I think it's the mystery about collecting circulated coins. You just never quite know when that next sort of rare coin's going to turn up.
Oh yeah, that Kew Gardens could be the next handful of change you get.
It's just, yeah.
Why not? Because they are still out there. Because again, it's something I get an awful. Like if I have a hunt that isn't particularly good in terms of the results, people think it's the end of the world. Coin collecting is dead. You'll never find any more commemoratives. It's like, well, it's just every now and again it's going to happen, isn't it? You're going to have a bit of a duff hunt.
Yeah, definitely.
But my colleague found one of my colleagues found a Kew Gardens in the change last year. And I'm forever being contacted by people that have found Commonwealth Games or Kew Gardens or the top tier Olympics. So they are definitely still out there. So it's definitely worth looking out for them.
Definitely. No, it's but even things like there's little various different tricks. Like if you're filling up with petrol, for example, and you make sure that you stop the thing at £47.50, then you'll get a £2 coin and a 50p in your change.
Yeah. Or the vending machine trick. I know you're an avid fan of using the vending machines.
I do that all the time at work. Although they actually changed the vending machine in my workplace.
You need to explain what it is for the viewers that are unaware.
So not all vending machines are the same, but broadly speaking, the way that the vending machines work is they will have a tube for each denomination of coins, and when you put a coin in, it's sort of first in, first out. So the coin will go in, it will go into the top of the sort of tube, and then if you press the reject button, it will eject the coin from the bottom, so essentially a different one to the one that you put in, and then you can repeat that over and over again until you've cycled through the whole thing. And then obviously if there's any rare coins in there, then you obviously don't put them back in again.
And one of our mutual good friends, Laughter, found a Kew Gardens doing that.
Yes, and he also found a St Helena 50p or something like that.
I think so, yeah. There's the turtle with the bubbles, isn't it?
That's it. Stunning design that is. But yeah, doing that, for example, obviously only takes a couple of pounds to take with you. To cycle through them.
Cost you a couple of 50p's.
That's it, definitely. I mean, the odds of finding something in that obviously are the fewer coins you hunt through, the less the chance is. But as you say, people still get them in their change and things, so it's definitely possible.
It's not just vending machines. Obviously, it's some parking meters as well. Any sort of automated machine that might have the facility to put coins in and reject them and keep trying your luck.
Definitely. I mean, and also even like self-checkout machines in supermarkets, they tend not to give out 50p's, but £2 they definitely do give out sometimes.
Spending with cash.
That's it. That's what I do sometimes when I go to Tesco. I literally go to the cash machine before, withdraw out cash, just so I can spend the cash and have a chance of getting coins.
Definitely.
And even, for example, specifically asking for like 50p's in your change, that can do the trick.
If you're too embarrassed to say that you're a coin collector, say you need it for parking machine.
Oh yeah, definitely. Or you don't even have to justify it. Just say, please can I have some 50p's in my change, and it should be fine. But there's a whole load of different ways. Let us know in the comments if you've got any other tips or tricks for low budget coin collecting, or an entry level coin collecting that we haven't sort of thought of.
Because it's not just for people that don't have the disposable cash to do big hunts. It's younger people who maybe they're only I don't know, you're spending your pocket money. If you were trying to buy all the brilliant and circulated coins every year, you'd have no pocket money to buy sweets or video games or whatever it is that kids buy nowadays.
Definitely. Perfect. In that case, let's go back to the 20p's. Hopefully I managed to win for the first time ever, second time in a row.
No chance.
We'll see what we managed to find. Right, so that hunt left a lot to be desired, unfortunately. 2 2008 Gardener designs, which are sort of alright. And then also pulled up this one, which was a pretty nice and shiny 2004, which is very shiny. If you look at the actual fields, it looks particularly sort of mirrored which is a bit interesting. But yeah, go and check out Christopher's video as well. I'm sure he won. Link in the description. Leave a like down below, all that good stuff. Comment, subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye bye.